Good afternoon, salve, buongiorno. I'm Michelle Derpetti, wedding planner who specializes in all things Italy destination wedding. And I noticed something the other day on Instagram that I wanted to talk to all of you about. So, have you seen that trend rolling through? If you're planning a wedding and you're following any wedding planners online, you've probably seen this current trending situation. What I tell you as a wedding planner, if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings or something like that. I'll be really honest, I do not love this trend because to me, honesty is not about hurting feelings. When it's done respectfully, it's about like managing expectations. And I think that's one of the most important jobs that I have as a planner and where I am incredibly responsible and accountable to my clients. So my clients will tell you that during the early planning phases, especially when we're reviewing budgets and we're talking venues, I may not be their favorite person at least like 3 times a day because I will always be direct and I will not sugarcoat and I will never lie to my clients. So it's the foundation of trust for me that is everything that has to do with planning. Okay, so here's the real talk and the foundation of trust that I like to build with my clients, and I'm bringing it to you today in this episode. So these are the things I do tell my clients because I'm not afraid to be truthful for them. Ready? Or truthful with them, I should say. Okay, so your Pinterest board. It's not a design board. It is a phenomenal place to get inspired. Your board can be an inspiration board, but designers really create design boards. So you just pulling together images that you love on Pinterest doesn't make you a designer, and it doesn't mean your wedding is designed, okay? Context matters. So what you see on Pinterest may not translate to your venue, to Italy, your ideal location, or to your budget. For example, if you want a champagne tower, late night dancing, or fireworks, amazing. I love those things. Just know that those things often require permits. There might be sound restrictions applied to those things, and you might need a bigger budget. With regards to vendors, and this is kind of a universal thing, staying later means more hours, more staffing, more cost. This is true in Italy, it's true in the US, it's kind of a universal truth when it comes to planning. So something to keep in mind. If you want to go later into the evening, you want that after party, you want the late night snacks, like make sure that you understand these are human beings that are bringing your wedding to life. One of my favorite things, and I should have busted this myth in my Mythbuster episode, but now you're getting a bonus, is that weddings cost more because they're weddings and vendors think they can charge more because they're weddings. Wrong. We are human beings that are working very hard. We're creatives. A lot of what we do is art. I'm married to a photographer. I see every day he interprets a wedding through his lens. Dear friends of mine, in fact, the one that's filming this right now, are videographers, and it's the same for them. We are all human beings trying to make a livelihood, get our own dreams accomplished and all of the things. And so no, we don't charge more, but it's a premium. It's a weekend, it's a holiday that we're working. I put in anywhere from 400 to 500 hours to every wedding that I plan minimum. And that's not necessarily including what my team contributes. So keep that in mind when you're talking about destination or just planning in general. That's something definitely, that is a truth I always like to tell my clients. Okay, so something really important, a really important truth I like to tell all of my clients. Destination weddings are not vacations for your guests, okay? Here's the thing. They are traveling to you, wherever you are, for your wedding. They may tack on a vacation before or after, of course, but in those 2-3 days that is surrounding your wedding, they want clarity. They want to know what's happening the night before, the morning after. Are you hosting? Guests need structure and they need communication. And that's something that's so important. I think when so many of my clients come to me and they're like, oh, I really want this to be a vacation for my guests. And I want them to come to this villa and I want them to drive 3 hours and I want them to do this and that. That's not necessarily a vacation. They're coming because they love you. It's going to be beautiful. But what we do with our clients is we work very hard to create a client and guest-centered experience. So our couples that are getting married are in the moment and celebrating all of the facets of their love story. And those people that are coming to that wedding, that are surrounding that couple that day, are getting as much out of it as the couple. So that it's this beautiful, mutually beneficial, multifaceted experience that's like happening one night only, like on a marquee, or 3 days only in this case, right? Okay, so finally, the last thing, the last truth I want to tell everybody. A planner isn't a luxury item. We are an investment in knowledge, resources, strategy, culture, language, history. We don't just make your wedding pretty. We don't just make sure you're planning a pretty wedding. We make smart, thoughtful decisions all the way through the process. We help you make informed decisions. We make sure that our clients understand expectation, reality, right? Versus reality, I should say. We are the bringer of dreams. Sometimes we're the crusher of dreams. It just depends on the day, but that's what we're obligated to do on your behalf. And yes, do we spend your money? Yes, our job is to spend your money, but our job is to spend it responsibly and with you collaboratively, so you understand the decisions that you're making and you feel good about every facet of every decision that you're making. So the truth is, I already tell my couples these things every day because this is what professionalism looks like. Honest, respectful, collaborative dialogue that is always in the best interest of you, the couple planning the wedding. So if you want more honest insights about what planning abroad or planning in general is really like, subscribe and like and do all of the things on this channel. I've got plenty more where this came from. So if you're ready, let's go plan. Andiamo. Ciao.